Read every day something which is other than your school book. Maybe it's a spiritual book, whether it's a knowledge book, general knowledge book, or you've come across a nice article to read, read. Even if it's one page of reading, get into a habit of reading.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम श्रद्धा है। होली होली शब्द सुनते ही हमारे मन में ढेर सारे रंग आ जाते हैं। खुशियों के रंग, प्रेम का रंग, विश्वास का रंग, भक्ति का रंग, उल्लास का रंग, अनंत आस्था का रंग, शांति का रंग, आशा का रंग, दृढ़ निश्चय का रंग आदि। होली एक भक्त और उसकी भक्ति के साक्ष्य के रूप में मनाई जाती है। वो विष्णु भक्त प्रहलाद जो अपने आराध्य का नाम लेते हुए निश्चिंत होकर अग्निशैया में अपनी बुआ होलिका के गोद पे जा बैठे। प्रभु के उस अनंत भक्त को तो अग्नि स्पर्श भी न कर सकी, परंतु बुराई की प्रतीक होलिका क्षण भर में भस्म हो गई। हर वर्ष होली से पूर्व हम होलिका दहन करते हैं ताकि हम अपनी मन की कुरूपता अर्थात क्रोध, संशय, ईर्ष्या आदि जैसे कुविचारों को उस पवित्र अग्नि में भस्म कर सके। होली हमें विविधता का महत्व सिखाती है। ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट को स्टैंडर्ड मानने वाले इस पाश्चात्य जमाने में हमें देशी रंगों का खूबसूरती समझाती है। राधा का रंग और कन्हैया की पिचकारी प्यार के रंग से रंगी है दुनिया सारी। ये रंग न जाने कोई मजहब ना बोली, मुबारक हो आपको खुशियों वाली होली।
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਤੇ ਹੋਲੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ।
नमस्कार आप सभी को होली की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। मैं आशा करती हूँ कि ये होली आपके लिए बहुत अच्छी रहे। धन्यवाद।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं बतौर अलमदार तमारे होली ની ઘણી મુબારકબાદ આપું છું। May you have a very happy and colorful Holi।
ਇੱਕ ਸੱਜੇ ਮਨ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਸ ਅਤੇ ਆਤਮਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੰਗਾ ਸੀ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹੋਲੇ ਮਹੱਲੇ ਦੀ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਵਧਾਈ ਹੋਵੇ।
అందరికీ నమస్కారం। మీ జీవితాన్ని రంగులమయం చేసుకోవడం మీ చేతుల్లోనే। అందరికీ హోలీ శుభాకాంక్షలు।
नमस्ते, आपने सबका होली का बहुत बहुत बधाई।
Very happy Holi.
जय धारी माँ, जय धारी माँ।
Jai Dhari Ma, happy Holi to all of you.
आप
And you
जी
performed so well, sent out such beautiful messages on Holi. Thank you so much, all of you children.
जी, आप सबको होली की बहुत बहुत मुबारक। हमारी ऑडियंसेस को हैप्पी होली। आइए जुड़िए हमारे बच्चों के साथ। बेटा,
Wonderful.
होली आपने इतना सुंदर वीडियो बनाया होली पे। होली एक और रंग लाती है, वो है शरणागति का। जब आप शरण में जाते हो, जब आप पूर्ण रूप से शरण में जाते हो, तो वही अग्नि आपको निखारती है। जब आप पूर्ण रूप से शरण में जाते हो, वही अग्नि आपको निखारती है। भक्ति का रंग, उसको कृपा कहते हैं। जब अग्नि आपको निखार दे, उसको कृपा कहते हैं। और वो तब आता है जब उनका प्रसाद मिलता है, प्रभु का हमें प्रसाद मिलता है और हम शरण में जा सकते हैं, वो भी कृपा से होता है। मम्मी, आज हमारे जो बच्चे हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, they've been a part of the book sessions earlier. They're going to talk to you about their exams and their preparation and all the thoughts going on in their mind. First, they'll talk about themselves and then do a question answer session with you and share their thoughts, what's going on with their heart, with their mind.
So this is the alumni, because I recognize a few places, a few names, a few faces. I recognize. I place them. Thank you for coming back. So आपने इतने दिन बुक रीडिंग के बाद मिले आज. So कैसे महसूस कर रहा है प्रभ सिमर? मैनू तेरी शक्ल याद है.
Ma'am, I'm feeling fortunate to be here. Thank you to the book reading and to you for providing me the opportunity again.
So since we met last, की उपलब्धि हुई, की कामयाबी हुई, की समझ बढ़ी, बताओ परसिमरन, क्या क्या हाँ बताओ.
Like you told earlier कि अपने पर विश्वास रखना है, जो हमारी आत्मा कहती है वही करना है. That's what I do.
शाबाश. बतुल, आपने जब से what is the learning, how did you guide yourself all this while, Batul?
It was all your thoughts and inspirations that guided me all the way till here. I have studied very hard, following all your guidance, and here I am today with you.
And what is your big achievement since we met last? What are you proud of?
I'm proud of all the studies that I did. I wasn't expecting a good result, but a, uh, I got something that I wanted. So I think that's it.
Jaspreet, what about you? I remember your face.
Ma'am, since we met last time, actually, maybe I have been there for 30 times earlier too. I think what I have learned or drawn from your sessions is to grow together. We people were earlier learning by ourselves, but when we got added into the group, there are many inspirational friends of mine. They are in different categories doing different works. I can draw inspiration from each of them. I'm evolving in every aspect of my life. I'm learning every day. My morning starts from your nutrition, good morning nutrition, and obviously Saina ma'am's Suvichar. And throughout the whole day, I try to learn something new, and I try to help people as much as I can.
Wow, this is plenty. What about you, Srinidhi?
It's an honor to be here again and meeting you all, and it was great time, and I've learned many things like believing in myself and having work hard, and it was great actually.
What's something very unique and special you're proud of, which you're doing? You can be say, I'm proud of this.
I'm
I'm very
actually
happy.
proud of
Yeah.
I'm actually proud of myself for improving in many things which I wasn't back then, and I am really working hard on those skills to come back again to how I was, and I'm pretty proud of myself for giving not giving up on myself and believing in myself.
What is the subject you're enjoying at the moment? By now, it's getting clearer for you. What are you liking? Which subject is your preferred subject?
For now, it's social, ma'am, and I'm getting better at maths and science, and which is actually a very good sign for me.
Very nice. What about you, Vaishnavi?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, firstly, I'm very grateful that I'm here again, and I think that within a short span of time, I have learned many new things. Like even in my studies, I have improved a lot, and I improved a lot. I feel that the first thing I have gained is mental stability. Means earlier
Right.
I used to work hard, I used to study hard, but I was not able to get those outputs or something. But now,
Mm.
as like I am a bit stable and everything, so I know that what time I have to do this, what time I have to do that. And I think that this is the biggest achievement for me, that I learned that how to manage time.
And you? Just a minute. Yeah.
Vanshika.
इसको हटाओ इसको. I can't read her name.
Vanshika.
Vanshika. I couldn't get her name. The next Vanshika. Vanshika, what about you? Vanshika, can
Good
you hear
evening,
me?
ma'am. Ma'am, since we
Yeah.
last, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, since we last met, I started gaining confidence. I started, learning all new things, and I started believing in myself. And my day starts with you, with your nutrition. When you send the videos, and I just go through it, and I believe in myself. Like Kiran ma'am is sending, I think it's a very good thing. That's why, and I'm here, ma'am. That's a big thing for me.
Very lovely. I'm so great. I'm so happy that that morning nutrition truly nutritions you in the morning, empowers you, and spiritualizes you, actually nutritions you. I think that's the whole objective of the that's why it's called morning nutrition. It's a thought. It's a breakfast thought. Lovely. Okay, Vidushi, you
Good evening, ma'am. Happy Holi, ma'am.
happy Holi?
Ma'am, since the last time I met you, it has been so enlightening. Now I see life with a different perspective, and I have learned how to let things go, let things be, take life as it is, and it's been a wonderful experience since then. As I've already said, that I have got a new way to lead life, and I have learned how to brush my hair along with those odd thoughts that you said. It's been really great, ma'am.
Lovely. Are you all happy?
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
happy? Are you feeling happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what are the ways of happiness. Tell me what are the secrets of happiness which you seven children have realized on your own. What it keeps you happy? Tell me, all of you, give me one, each one of us, each one of you give one reason for what makes you happy. Have you realized by now what makes you happy? Go ahead. Prab, tell me, Prab Simran, Tenuki Khushak, what is that makes you happy? Have you realized it?
Like
Have you
ma'am,
got to know the secret?
like now I'm a student, so I enjoy being getting a good score in my studies. Like I also like I want an excellent score always because this makes me happy. That's what I would say.
So you have realized that I get a good score, it makes me happy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Batul, what about you?
Ma'am, for me, at most, staying away from negative thoughts and enjoying the little things brings happiness to me.
So your positive attitude, the mindset, your thought. Okay. Just breathe you. What do you think you know which makes you happy? Just breathe. Can you hear me? What do you think? Search within. Socho. What is it that makes you happy?
Ma'am, in my case, something that makes me happy is believing in myself. Like I accept myself the way I am, and the things which I want to improve, I work on them, and the things which I want to learn, I learn them. That makes me happy.
Okay. Srinidhi, what do you think makes you happy?
Ma'am, for me, what makes me happy is reading books and even music. Like whatever I like and whatever I feel like doing at the present, and even enjoying any particular movement. Like all the little movements we share with our parents, it can be with anyone. Having them fulfilled and happily living them and just doing what I like makes me happy.
Vaishnavi?
Ma'am, I think that when I put my thoughts on a piece of paper, like I write a poem or a paragraph or something, that makes me happy.
Srinidhi? Srinidhi?
Uh,
Srinidhi's already told me. Vanchika? Vanchika? Vanchika is not there, is it, Bete?
नहीं,
China?
signal Signal, mummy.
Vidushi?
Vidushi.
Vidushi?
Ma'am, I have
Vidushi?
learned that there are some things in life that we cannot change, and we should like let them go. As if we hold on to them, then we will not be happy about it. We have to let go of some things that are out of our control. So having that thought in my mind keeps me happy.
Have I asked Vaishnavi? Have I asked her?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, you did.
Okay. Because in the list I have Vanshika. So it's not Vanshika,
No,
right?
Vanshika is joining us. She's trying to get the signal back.
Yeah,
So
trying to get her. She's trying to enter. Yeah. Okay, we'll wait for her. Vanshika, have you realized what is it that makes you happy? Vanshika, are you hearing me?
connectivity issue.
Okay, let me share with you why I asked you this question. Because I read this morning a very good column called Speaking Tree. I may put it in the morning nutrition tomorrow because something which I like, which makes me feel good. It's a feel good factor. I have a feeling of good factor. So when I read something very nice and it gave me a very good feel good factor, I even recorded it. And it is what makes me happy. What is happiness? And it gave three reasons to be happy. Three things if you do which make you happy. And all of your things fit in. But these are things which make you enjoy life. They give you that temporary joy. Like, for instance, Prabhu Simran said, when I get a good score, well, what happens if you don't get a good score? Right? But it is a source of happiness. It's a source of joy. Batul said it's a mindset. That's more permanent. Where is Batul? This is a little more permanent. It's a mindset. Mindset on the score. When you got good score, you got poor score. But it's your mindset, the way you look at that score, isn't it? It's little more deeper. It's a little deeper. Score is when you chocolate will gain. But a swadsi. It's very nice chocolate. But I don't get a chocolate or I don't get a score, I'm unhappy. But when Batul says it's a mindset, it's a thought, right? So it's a feeling, a thought. That's what it is. Then Srinidhi said reading books. Where's Srinidhi? Srinidhi reads reading books. Now, reading book again is linked with your thought process. It's giving you a mind, an attitude, or a knowledge, or a skill, or something new which is inspiring you, right? So this is little more, much more deep. But I'll tell you what the research said, and I'll give you in the end. But I'm giving you what I'm returning to you what all you said. So Srinidhi says reading books. Vaishnavi says thoughts on paper. Again, this is mindset. When Vaishnavi says it's my thoughts on paper, again she's coming back to observing her self-observation, which is again deeper, right? And then we also have acceptance. Vidushi says I accept. She's learned acceptance that something will come and something will go. That's further deep, from your mindset to reading to observing to now she's gone deeper in acceptance, what I can change and what I can't change. Then comes Jasprit says self-belief. Now self-belief is also, see, you are reaching a level, you're moving in the right direction. But there are three things which I would give you. Number one is, and adopt this in your life, this will permanently give you happiness, all time guarantee. Number one is giving. What do you give? What did you give during the day? It can be even give to yourself. You're giving yourself knowledge. It's a giving to yourself. When you help others, it's giving to the others. It's giving. It's giving what you can give. It can be giving a smile. It can be helpful time. It's something like giving time, giving money, giving time. Time is more precious than money because money cannot buy time. Time can buy money, right? So giving is something which is very interesting, and that's what the article said is giving. I thought when I read it, I thought about you and I thought I would share with you. That's why it was uppermost in my mind. What makes you happy? Number one is giving. Second is gratitude. The second G is gratitude. What were you grateful for? What, and Sina's pet word I know is gratitude. Always saying remain grateful for what you have. It's counting your blessings. Gratitude. What were you grateful for? So one is giving, the other is what did you express your gratitude towards yourself, towards nature, towards divine grace, towards parents, towards friend, towards a teacher, towards anybody who's helped you achieve something. It's like a sense of gratitude, right? And the third and most important thing is what Vidushi and others, some of all of you are on, is living in the moment, is living in the present, acceptance of the present. What, what do I have at the, it's acceptance of the score. Menu any number I accept it. But now what do I do next? So I'm not unhappy or happy. I accept the score, but it makes me think, what can I do better? It's acceptance to not reconcile. It's acceptance to progress more, right? Acceptance to sustain. So there are three things. First is, what is the first thing I said? What is the
Giving,
first thing I said?
Giving,
giving,
giving.
Giving. Second,
gratitude,
Gratitude.
third, third,
living in the
Living in the
moment.
moment.
living in the moment. As you grow, as you all, because you are all now become gradually moving towards higher adolescence, you'll come. In fact, you are at a very. I also read something very interesting that now they are looking at whole research on how do you make a careful transition from your teenage to adolescence, and how the changes you're all going into, mind, body, soul, all of these changes in your thinking, in your body, in your environment, in the way friends deal with you, the way other society looks at you. This a whole science of adolescence also now being focused on. How do you help boys and girls make a transition? You see, girls biologically change, boys biologically evolve. So there's so many things which happen, and you don't even know sometimes why is it happening. Why is it happening? You do not know. But if you read about adolescence, it's good thing. All of you, seven of you who are with me, read, Google adolescence. What is adolescence? And how do you deal with certain changes, emotional changes, biological changes, environmental changes of adolescence? Many things I remember when I was growing up, I was shy of talking to my mom about the adolescence, what the changes I was going through. I looked for solutions myself. Nobody could, I could not, I was shy in checking out what do I do. But then I had to find my own solutions, I remember. But they were not the best solutions. So read and study adolescence. But it's about giving, giving, habit of gratitude, and habit of living in the present. Now, in the present, these changes are coming. Now, we come back to your examinations. Now, let's see what you have to say. Let's go back to your questions now. But Saina, would you like to wrap up the part one of my session? And then I'm going to come to the questions.
I think just awareness of some very powerful words, that they are not words actually, it's a way of life. Acceptance, peace of mind, मन का चैन, clear conscience, contentment, giving, gratitude, living in the present, power of now. So these are actually, these words are actually a way of life and living. They are not just words. Manch rakho, keep all this in mind. Acceptance, peace of mind, clear conscience, contentment, giving, gratitude, living in the moment, and power of now. Keep these in mind.
Sure.
Another thing, you are all now growing up. You are now growing up equal. I see we've had a Women's Day, intensive Women's Day celebration. And all the time there was one thing about women, bias against women, bias against girls. You are now an equal generation. You are, girls and boys are an equal generation. You're getting equal opportunities. Only thing is how much you use those opportunities and learn equally. It's like equally home management, equally office management. No, nothing is now segregated that girls for home and boys for office. Now girls are office and boys can also be home, and boys can also be in office, and girls can also be home. It's all. Everybody has a home, everybody has to earn, whether it's a girl or a boy. The choice is yours. Where do you want to spend more time? Choice is yours. And why you want to must spend more time, more in the office or more at home. These are your needs as your family, as your life grows. It's very, very important. But there is nothing called mandated that girl will spend more time here and boy will spend more time. Now, girls, that's why what I would say is grow up strongly. What will make you equally strong is the way you educate yourself holistically. That's why extracurricular activities, what I want to see you girls and boy is must go outdoor and play. Now that the schools have opened, play. Whether it's you don't play to compete only, you play to play. Enjoy your play and go outdoor. Go outdoor. You'll also learn to play in the team. You learn to play and enjoy the team games. So play team games, play individual games. The more team games you play, more friends you'll make. And those friends are the ones, when you grow up, you will love to go back and cherish and then maintain your friendships. So I think these are things which I would like to share with you as you grow up. So second aspect I wanted to share with you, which impacts you for immediately my book reading and the alumni, is your adolescence. You are at that very important threshold. Those of you who will manage your adolescence better will make more stable man or a woman as you grow up beyond your adolescence and you leave your teens and you become 20, because 19 is the teen, and then you're 20, you are all somewhere, you are only 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, 4 years away. So this is the way growth is for next 4 years. And what is 4 years? 1,000 plus days, 1,200 days, 1,000 days. So it's like just one day, every day, how you think, how you read, how you educate, how you empower yourself by giving gratitude and living in the present and all the other things which China told you. This will make you outstand. By the time you're 21, 22, when you sit for interviews, you go for internships, they will find you more grounded. Today, emotional intelligence, besides your information intelligence, of great value. You will do better than many others who are than others, because you got stronger emotional intelligence. Get my point? Acha, now we are on other part three, is your questions. Now, when you tell me the question, I will ask you to answer, because you are all in the same boat right now. And I want you to share your good practices with each other. How are you dealing with it? Let's begin with Batul. Batul, what's your question?
Many of the students are already preparing for JEE NEET or any other future examinations. So, what exactly is the thing? Like, is it a good option for us to start preparing for our future examinations before our boards or not?
And second, you have got two questions.
Yes, and my
Second
second
question.
question is regarding career guidance, because career guidance is a must from our true inspiration and mentor. So, ma'am, how can we choose the right path and career? How to find the true potential for that thing?
Yeah, your second part of the question, to my mind, is quite linked with the subjects you have taken. And as you take the exams, which is the subject which is exciting you? Which is the subject which is which you're liking? It is not subject of the career. Which is the subject you are enjoying? Like, for instance, somebody like me would have never probably enjoyed maths, because I just did not have numbers in my head, right? But I loved history, I loved geography, I loved political science, I loved literature. So I was a lot into social sciences, but I was not good in maths. I knew myself, I was not very good in algebra and geometry. It just didn't figure out. I was very uncomfortable. Maybe my grounding as a child, my teaching, my learning is maths, my teacher must have not helped me enough to love it. It's not that it's not a lovable subject. It's a very lovable subject, but you got to start liking it from early on and practicing it on regular basis and do a lot of mental maths and and play with the maths, play with the figures. So I think the second part is linked with the subjects you as you take your board exams. You'll know something which interests you, you love doing it, and something which is a pressure on you and you need help and sometimes, but it's important. So now as you study in your for your preparation of board exams, you start knowing your preferences. That's where your career will come. Whether you good in that automatically will start steering you. So it's sometimes you can think of a it sometimes calls you. See, every one of us is different. Sometimes something calls you even when you are not even taking your board exams, and your subjects then become like that. Sometimes in internal calling, and all these subjects move around that. Sometimes it's the subjects which take you to the career. We do not know. That's a mystery. So I would think the this decision of prepare and can you prepare. So if you are choosing out already, suppose you're moving towards engineering or you're moving towards artificial intelligence, you will naturally move towards more of information technology subjects automatically. But do you like it? And if you're liking it, then if you can take more board exams to choose your career first, it's knowing yourself. Knowing nobody knows you better than you yourself. But there are now scientific tests which you can go to. Schools do scientific tests to see your inclination and your orientations. In fact, no harm taking those tests too. The teachers are doing it, schools are doing it. We do it ourselves for our children of Navjyoti India Foundation to look at where is a child inclined towards, so that it's like a round in a round and not square in a round. And once you take the wrong subject, you've had it, because then you are not comfortable, you're not scoring well, you start slipping back, and then it's probably late to choose, make a difference or a change. So I think no harm. Sit down with yourself, ask yourself what is it that you like, you're very good at it, very comfortable, want to read more, or something. I want to be this, I want to be this, but for that I need the following subjects. Now I need to have those subjects and like them, enjoy them, take help now to score well, because I have to pick up that profession. So what comes first, the chicken and the egg? It's a very strange mystery. Subjects come first or the career comes first? The prefers, what attracts you, and what is it that will make you that? So Atul, this would be my answer. Can anybody answer this more? Can you add to the answer, please? Prab Simran, would you like to add to what I've said to Patul?
Like it was my question also, that I am very confused about my career because, ma'am, like in our board, CBSE offers only three streams, and we have to choose one of them. And but the subjects kind of the mix is very confusing. Like if we want physics, we have to choose maths also and chemistry also with that. But if we want only one of them, then what to do?
That is changing now for your next generations. There's going to be flexibility now. In the next national education policy, there is now going to be flexibility. You
Yes.
can choose physics with music, or you choose chemistry or maths with something like different. So now your generation has already crossed that. But your younger brothers, sisters will have a flexibility. Exactly what happened in my life. When I left the school, I had to leave the school, but they were giving me only a combination of science with mathematics. And I said, no, I want science, but I don't want maths. And I had to change my school, and I went with science with Hindi, and then I qualified and I got a double promotion. But this is the change which is now coming in our new education policy. So if you see, so your youngsters will benefit by that. That's that's the option which overseas students have. Indian school system was very rigid. So Srinidhi, anybody else adding to it? Vidushi, anything more to add? Think about the question of Patul. Anything to add? Any one of you? Raise your hand and answer. Any thought you can? Yeah. Jasprit, yes. I'm coming to you, Vaishnavi. Jasprit, what's your answer to this question?
I'm answering that part where she said that should we start preparing for JE or NEET, any competitive exam along with our board exam. So I think the syllabus is something which is common in both the like exams. Only the way of presentation, like in board exams, they are different, and the JEE and NEET exams are objective based. So we need to just prepare it in a different manner, but the concepts are the same. If your concept is clear, you can answer it both in the board exam as well as in the competitive exam. All it needs is practice.
Excellent, Jaspreet. Very good idea. So that means you can look at the way and see if there's a similarity, and with little twist, you can do both. Then you more the merrier, but without compromising and weakening both. So that's a good answer, Jaspreet. Good addition, value addition. Vaishnavi, you wanted to say, add?
Yes,
Vaishnavi?
ma'am. As Batul was saying about that, which career she should choose, and as you said that we should only choose the subject which excite us or attract us. But moreover, I think that we should not judge ourselves on the basis of marks we are getting in that subject. If we are enjoying the subject, if we are loving the subject, no matter if marks are less in 10th or in 11th, and we want to pursue that subject in future, so I think that we should go for it. We should love we should only have the interest of that subject. Marks doesn't matter.
Absolutely agree. Because if you love the subject, you will continue to do very well and leave yourself at ease and happy. Because being not stressed but and enjoying the subject is more important rather than being stressed and not enjoying the subject but getting full marks. You will not be a happy person. You will be actually at ill at ease, uncomfortable. Good, very well, very good additions by both of them. Anybody else? Then we can go to the next question. Okay, Prab Simran, your question.
I think that it is already answered, but I need to ask. Like, although I have scored the excellent marks in my board exam, but I think I didn't have kind of qualities which could make me to go for the perfect score in the exam.
I didn't get your question quick. I didn't hear you properly. Say it again.
Like, ma'am, although I set it kind of excellent score in the board exam, but I think I didn't have some kind of qualities which could lead me to get the perfect score which I require, like which makes me happy. I told you.
Could anybody hear the question? Get the essence of the question?
प्रभ सिमरन बेटा क्या बता रहे हो? You have it in you to get the perfect score.
Yes, ma'am. Like स्कोर तो बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन एक्सीलेंट मतलब परफेक्ट स्कोर क्यों नहीं आया? क्वालिटीज ऐसी क्या नहीं थी मुझ में कि वो मैं नहीं स्कोर कर पाया?
तुम कह रहे हो मुझे मेरी परफेक्ट स्कोर क्यों नहीं आई?
यस मैम,
तो मैं ये चिंता है कि मेरी
मैम आया तो अच्छा है, वो सेटिस्फाइड, मैं सेटिस्फाइड हूँ उससे, बट फिर भी कुछ ऐसा लगता है कि और क्वालिटीज होनी चाहिए ताकि परफेक्ट स्कोर ही आ सके।
तो उसका आपने रीजन पता किया कि मेरे कहाँ मेरी परफेक्ट स्कोर कम रह गई? What is it that I can improve more? What is it that I left? What was it in? What kind of objective types? Was it in describing things? Which is when you came back, did you see analyze which is the area that you could have done better, and how did you analyze?
Like ma'am, term one was objective type of exam, and I prepared for all exams like equally, like how I prepared for maths, for English also I used the same strategy. But in English, I found the paper very tough, and the marks I didn't get the marks which I was expecting.
So did you study the past questions in English, and did you prepare accordingly? Did you do self-testing, practicing self-test examination before you took the final exam? Did you practice by taking self-test?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you score well on your self-test at home, on your own?
Yes, ma'am.
You did. Despite that, you didn't score well then. Why? Have you thought about it?
Like, ma'am, I found that other papers were very easy, but English was kind of very difficult.
What is it that you could have studied more that you could have done better? Because paper is the paper, same paper for all.
One thing which I found was like I didn't have kind of logical thinking and critical thinking on the basis of the question. Like if the question is framed in a different way, that they have to judge us, but I couldn't find the answer of that.
Okay. Can any one of you answer this? Any one of you clarify for him? See, how do you do critical and logical thinking? Is by understanding what you're reading. by understand. It's not, it's, you see, education is not only for exam. Exam is only an evaluation of how much have you understood and imbibed. That means when you study something, जब आप कुछ पढ़ते हो, तो पढ़ के वो ज्ञान आपका है, उसके ऊपर आपने थिंकिंग करनी है, अपनी क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग करनी है, अपनी असेसमेंट करनी है, अपनी सोच डालनी है, फिर अपना रिकॉर्ड। दैट मीन्स रट्टा नहीं लगाना है।
That will happen only for languages ना, बाकी में तो you can learn.
And the wider the reading, the bigger the canvas. आपके उतना आपका नॉलेज बढ़ता जाएगा। आपकी रिसर्च, आपके पास आइडियाज कैसे आएंगे? जब आप ज्यादा पढ़ेंगे और चीजें भी खोलेंगे उसी लिंक के, तो आपको और आइडिया। यहाँ आप रिसर्च कैसे करते हो? एक बुक पढ़ते हो उसी सब्जेक्ट को, दूसरी बुक पढ़ते हो उसी सब्जेक्ट को, तीसरी बुक पढ़ते हो उसी सब्जेक्ट को, आपको हर बुक में से कुछ ना कुछ नया आइडिया मिलेगा। आपकी क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग आपकी बढ़ती जाती है, आपके एनालिसिस बढ़ता जा। अब आप खुद टीचर बन रहे हो। अब आप ऐसे कर रहे हो कि आप खुद पढ़ा सकते हो सब्जेक्ट को, क्योंकि आपने रिसर्च की। टीचर क्या करते हैं? टीचर रिसर्च करके आपको पढ़ाते हैं, और टीचर अब लेटेस्ट गूगल में भी जाते हैं। दैट्स व्हाई गूगल गुरु बोलता है, क्योंकि गूगल में लेटेस्ट रिसर्च होगी। वो लेटेस्ट गूगल करेंगे, लेटेस्ट ऑन दिस, लेटेस्ट ऑन दिस, तो लेटेस्ट पढ़ेंगे। दैट मीन्स वो लेटेस्ट लेके आपके पास आते हैं। जो बुक आज छप गई वो अब पुरानी हो गई। नया जो आएगा, वो जब तक नया नहीं छपेगा, नया नहीं आएगा, तो नया कहाँ आएगा? नया आएगा यूट्यूब पे, नया आएगा आज गूगल पे। तो आपको बुक एंड गूगल करना है, और भी सर्च करके, तब आपकी थिंकिंग एक्सपैंड होगी, तब आपको क्वेश्चन कहीं से भी आएगा, आप रेडी। लेकिन अगर आपने अपने वही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस पर ध्यान दिया, या एक ही बुक पढ़ी या दूसरी नहीं पढ़ी, आपकी एक्सपेंशन नहीं होगी। क्वेश्चन तो कहीं से भी अब आ जाएगा। क्वेश्चन तो इंटरलिंक्ड होंगे। क्वेश्चन तो ये आएंगे इसलिए कि आपके देखने के लिए आपकी एजुकेशन की खुद की थिंकिंग पढ़ने के बाद कितनी बड़ी। हैव यू एक्सपेंडेड योर थिंकिंग, और हैव यू केप्ट इट टू नैरो? कैन द एजुकेशन चैलेंज यू? Examination actually is a challenge to your understanding of your subject. Examination is not what you've read. Examination is what have you learned, imbibed on your own. On your own. And on your own cannot happen without research and your own critical thinking. Means कई बारी आप पढ़ के क्वाइटली बैठो, कागज पेंसिल लेके उसमें खुद टाइप करो, खुद अपने आप को क्वेश्चन करो, टीचर अपने आप खुद पूछो question. Then you would start interconnecting one book, one chapter, another research with each other. And then what you have read in one book is very different from what you've answered. Why? Because that book is linked only with that one book. But you have read now four books, four aspects in that. That means your answer is more holistic, more comprehensive, more knowledgeable. So when you're giving more knowledgeable, that means you're giving an answer which a teacher answers. You are supposed to be a teacher after your study. So examination is how much have you taught yourself, not how much have you imbibed only from the limit. तुमने अपने आप को कितना पढ़ाया और समझ कितनी पड़ी? How much has your understanding of the subject expanded? If your knowledge is not expanded, you will not get marks. It's to trigger your thinking. It has to expand and encourage your thirst for learning more. As karke, you're researching, and reference is there are a lot of reference materials given in the book. Reference. Go to those references, search those references. If you don't have that reference in the book, then search and Google, you'll get it. Read that reference. That's where your knowledge is expanding. एक बुक में के पीछे रेफरेंसेस होती हैं, but it doesn't give you, but you search. That's your extra work. That's where you get extra marks, and that's where critical thinking starts. Now, for instance, let's say, for example, there's a chapter on Ukraine war. Let's say today there's a chapter on why Russia invaded Ukraine. Okay, there's one chapter, right? But there will be many other 5 articles on why has Russia invaded Ukraine. And where is your critical thinking? Critical thinking will only come when you've read those 4 viewpoints also. And then you say, एक रीजन नहीं है रशिया का यूक्रेन पर हिस्ट्री का, मान लीजिए there are 5 other reasons, but you read them in the references, and that's your understanding. When you read 5, you created your own thinking about that chapter. That is where you are making a contribution of your own imbibing and learning.
Another thing, Mummy, what he's saying is sometimes, beta, for exams, the questions are rephrased.
Yes,
जवाब वही है, but question rephrase हो गया है. So उथे सोच लगानी है. Now, Russia and Ukraine war, but the same question can be asked in 10 different ways. So end of the day, you have to think वो मांग क्या रहे हैं answer. They are talking about the relationship between the two countries. ਤੁਸੀਂ
Then
वो लिखो.
आपका टेस्ट ये है, how do you concisely put it into 100 words? How do you say it in 100 words?
Another thing, he has to understand the question very well.
First
For
is
an
the question.
exam, all of you need to understand the question very well. And what
So
are the
that's-
key points? Ji.
So you read, think, write, reflect, self-test. Then you score more. That's called preparation, all-round preparation. Okay?
yes,
All right, subject? All right, let's go to next. Srinidhi, your question.
Yes, ma'am. My question is, how can we not compare our marks with our peers, which could, in a way, demotivate us if we are not up to the mark or if we are not satisfied with our marks? How can we not? How can we stop comparing ourselves?
Well, one of the demerits of examination system is it is demotivating and it's inspiring. One of the demerits of an exam, one of the benefit of exam is you get to evaluate yourself. And one of the negative factors of examination is it demotivates the loser and motivates the winner. It introduces competition, but there's no other option. So you have to take the numbers as they come. It's analyzing you, and in a way, it's measuring you. You understand? So therefore, you have to take the marks as a fact of reality of examination systems as a fact. It's there to exist. Otherwise, how do you evaluate? So don't get demotivated, but on the contrary, understand it as an assessment of yourself. And then look at where can you score higher? What is it that you can do more? And that's where your counselor in the school will help you. That's where a professional career counselor or a professional student counselor available in your schools will help you to do more and do better. Okay, any other question?
Yes, ma'am. Till now, I have been talking about comparison, but what if our parents are supported and are okay with our marks which I've got in any exams, but how, we are feeling guilty. Like I'm feeling guilty that I have not performed well, and now I'm feeling bad for them because they're accepting the marks and I'm not satisfied and I'm feeling guilty. So how do I overcome this?
Well, their parents are coming from another generation where only marks mattered. Now, marks alone don't matter. Marks matter, but your overall understanding, overall way of life, overall attitudes towards life also matters. So they are coming from one generation, you are moving into a next generation.
Yes.
So I think that's where sometimes the PTAs are important. Parent Teacher Association meetings with the counselors is important, where the counselor updates the parents and makes them understand the growth and evolving of the examination systems and what overall personality now is more important rather than only the marks. Because now education is becoming open. There's going to be a digital university. All university, even Delhi universities now becoming open. You in the Delhi University, only 99.9% marks can make into Sri Ram College, or 99.9 gets into LSR, or 98% gets into Hindu, etc. But that's not all. Today, Delhi University is now opening up so that other meritorious students also can take the courses and do internships alongside and grow. And in the end, when you do interview, then even if you are into LSR, but you are not able to explain everything in a in an overall manner, you don't score. Interview means you're as a person who you've grown. So today's jobs are now looking at your attitudes and not only aptitudes. So if your attitude is positive and you are not bogged down by these kinds of small stresses, your aptitude can be learned. But attitude will take a long time to change. So today I was trying to give you the attitude of happiness, and you, Asana, gave you these are attitudinal issues. Then comes the aptitude. Aptitude is judged also by your scores. So your parents also need to evolve. But sometimes, since they are from the other earlier generation where everything was marks, now everything is not marks. Mark is only one indicator, parameter. So you understand them, but you continue to grow holistically. But remember, the sky is the limit for you. Oh, sky is the limit. There is. It's now limitless. You can sit with the web, with the openness and IT and webinars and online education. You have everything available. So even if you've not scored very well, still you'll get your admission because of various other factors. So it will not be denied. So don't get bogged down, but understand where can you score better and how. But your whole method of learning should be changing not only to marks oriented, but understanding and researching and self learning and self teaching. Okay, next, Vaishnavi.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my questions are that how to increase productivity while studying and how to reduce stress and nervousness, which at times is the main factor that leads to very silly as well as blunderous mistakes.
Okay, let's look at a sports person. How does he improve his productivity? Let's look at a person. How does he improve his productivity? Imagine if you were an athlete. Supposing you were practicing for running races, 100-meter you are practicing or 200-meter. How will you improve your productivity?
Ma'am, by practicing every day and by running more and more and increasing the speed.
Yes, practice. So main thing is practice. Self-evaluation, goal orientation. I will finish this race this time. Now, what is it that needs better shoe, better coaching, right? Better tracking, looking at all other factors which are coming in the way, headwind, all these things, your food timing, your diet, your mindset, all this is linked. Productivity is here in the mind. So imagine yourself as an athlete and you're practicing. What would you do to improve your race? Is regular practice. That means self-examination, self-input. Now, in this, it's not how many, what kind of food you ate, is what kind of thoughts you said. Your mind, what is the food for your mind? Give that. And relaxed mind, concentration with mind, environment of silence in reading and reflection, timing of your study, right? Energy levels within the body, all increase your productivity. Did you sleep well? It increases your productivity. You didn't sleep well, reduces your productivity. You ate heavy food, you want to sleep, you reduce productivity. You ate light food and you remained light, you slept well, it increases your productivity. Then there's a time of the day for productivity. There's time when you feel lazy. There's a time when you feel very energetic. Choose your timing of energy for this. Choose your time for other. So how do you choose your time? You increase your productivity. It's like how do you improve the productivity of a machine? You grease it well, you keep it clean, right? Then you know uske purze har ek ka purza right type hai, right hai, tight hai. Is it tight, serviced well? And then the mechanic knows how to run it, increases your productivity, right? So, or you need a teamwork. That means your teacher or your mentor or your tutor can come, increases your productivity. So you need to know what is it that you want, who are you, what is it that you want to improve better, what is the timing for you. You are your own master. But you can take help, you can consult, take an idea, and then try that idea. If it works, you've done it. If it doesn't work, go back to the teacher saying it hasn't worked. But then you'll know why it did not work, because you probably did not give it your best or the best timing for it, or as much timing as was necessary. did not proportion it according to the need of the year. These are the things. So it is all knowing thyself, being self observant. मम्मी डैडी तो तुम्हें देखते हैं, लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा तुम खुद अपने आप को जानते हो. टीचर तो आपको गाइड करेगा, लेकिन तुम खुद अपने टीचर. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बच्चों को इस उम्र में अपने आप को समझाना. गाइडेंस तो मिलती है. ओके, हु नाउ वनिष्का, योर्स क्वेश्चन.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what would be the best advice you could give for our exam preparation, and how can we deal with anxiety of the result announcement?
What do you think is the best way to prepare for your exam? Is that your
Ma'am,
question?
what would be the best advice you could give
Best advice.
for our exam? Yes, ma'am.
My best advice is prepare through the year. Prepare through the year as if tomorrow is an exam. That's why their weekly tests are very good. Fortnightly test, monthly test, these are very good. That means constantly it's like a preparation. If I ask you what is the best way to win a race, what will you say? I'm
Ma'am,
asking
it
you.
would be practice.
Practice. And then last 1 month, 1 month? Then practice daily. Practice daily. Run a race every week. Check your timing. Compete every week. Right? Change your, keep improving areas. It's like not run the race last 1 month. Don't run the race last 2 months. Somebody who's regularly practicing, doing fitness and learning, mentoring, coaching will do better in the end. There's no stress in the end. वो तो habitual है. You think these sportsmen who win the gold medals and all medals they run only last 2 months? They practice through the year. Rain or shine, garmi ya sardi, they maintain fitness. They can't say holiday है तो अब पूरी खूब सारे पूरी छोले खा लो. उसका असर 10 दिन पड़ता है जो गलत फूड खा लो या गलत चीज कर लो. They are very particular about. I was hearing this girl, Ila, उसकी पिक्चर बड़ी अच्छी आई है. That Laila, क्या नाम उसका? Bhatt. Alia. I was hearing Alia Bhatt's interview. You know what? She's so careful every day going to the gym. She says, I look at मेरा कोई मसल एक्स्ट्रा इधर तो नहीं आ गया, मेरी शक्ल इधर तो नहीं चेंज होगी. She modifies it, goes to the gym on a daily basis. So that is why her body is so very beautifully and fit, because they're paying attention to every little detail on a daily basis. I was hearing her interview, and she says every day when I look at my body and I find that this is needing a change. My gym instructor, or the way when I eat, and then how do I eat? What do I not eat? It's through year, not ready for the film. They are through the year. That's why they always look like this. Fit, shapely, very beautiful, and you feel them, they're very attractive. It's because through the year, not just one Gangubai film aa rahi uske liye. No, they practice through the year. So is your education. Examination is not last 1 month. अच्छा पढ़ लेंगे मम्मी, पढ़ लेंगे, अभी है 2 महीने 6 महीने. रोज पढ़ना है. जो रोज 2 घंटे देगा और एंड में 10 घंटे देने नहीं जरूरत. You make your time every day. It's like a routine. If you routine way, you do better. Rather than pack it up, because it doesn't sink your knowledge. Its education is not sinking. वो सुपर ऊपर से उससे भूल जाएगा, फिर वो स्ट्रेस हो जाएगा, भूल जाएगा, because you're stressed out. But if you read it is not your knowledge now. You'll never forget, because it's you. It's a part of you. It's like health. It's like last minute nutrition, B complex in the last 1-2 months. But B complex now last 2 months. But if you had a B complex or a tonic through the year, you're a healthy body. Not last 2 months. So last minute nahi hai. Last minute is only for revision and more learning, fine tuning, self-testing and relaxing. Because knowledge is you. Right? Okay? Thank you, Jaspreet. So through the year, don't wait for the board exam to come. You are a board exam every week. Self-test. It's very easy. Fewer chapters. So get into the regularity, habit of regularity. Teacher or no
Thank
teacher,
you.
be your own teacher. Yeah. Okay, good girl. Then, Jaspreet, your question.
Then my question is, how can I combat with burning out while studying?
What? How to combat burning out? Right? What is burning out, according to you?
Ma'am, sometimes like whenever I make my to-do list in the morning, I feel like I will do this, means the topics which I have to study. But at the end of the day, sometimes I am left with two or three topics which I couldn't complete, and that makes me feel guilty about me that I haven't completed my to-do list today.
Maybe you made the to-do list unreasonable. Don't make the
Uh,
to-do list unreasonable.
but in the morning it seems like reasonable. I can do this, but at the end of the day, I find that it's too much for
Well,
me.
then can you find out why? Because was the list too long, or did you over? It's like I will do the following things on the day, but you didn't have time for that. After all, time is limited. Your waking hours, energy hours, let's say 4 hours, 5 hours are energy. You sleep, 8 hours gone. You have a bath, breakfast, dinner, food, etc. Another 4 hours gone. 12 hours gone. You're left with 12 hours. In the 12 hours, also, you need a little break. Actually, energy hours are probably 6, 8. How do you spend those 6, 8 hours? Because you can't compromise on sleep. You want your food, you want a little break, you want to rest, you want a nap, because it's all energy giving you. So your critical hours are 6 hours. So within the critical hours, you must not overstretch. You be very careful in your to-do list. So if being over ambitious, then in the end, rather than enjoying your achievement, you are worrying about it. So I think be reasonable, and that's also spacing it out. If you work through the year, those 6 hours are wonderful. But if you don't work through the year, then it gets pressured. It's like accumulation of areas. So you try to compress the areas. Then the to-do list becomes too long. Best is spacing it out through the year. Now with these board exams behind, prepare for the next year through the year. To-do list through the year. And critical time, you should know when is your best learning time. Is it evening? Is it early morning hours? Everybody's body is different. कोई रात को पढ़ता है अच्छा, कोई सुबह पढ़ता है, कोई शाम को पढ़ता है. हर एक का अपना अपना पढ़ाई का लेवल है. Body is inclined, but you force it is not grasping, because you are altering your body energy. You should know your body energy levels. When are you best? Choose those. And then when it's the highest level, pick up the difficult thing first if you want, so that your grasp is faster. So it's all in knowing your own. Nobody's same. No two people are same. But knowing your own self. Teacher may teach you the same subject, but all of you are grasping it in your own ways. The banana is the same, but what the banana does in everybody's body, how it is contributing to your energy is probably different. Same sugar, somebody is not happy with sugar, and somebody's energy levels go up because of sugar, because everybody's body biologically is different. Chemistry is different. So know yourself. When are you best at? Right? Like I'm not best at late night reading. I don't attempt it because I know I want my sleep. Right? I'm not comfortable at getting up at 4 in the morning to do. I don't do it. I don't force myself. I don't do it. But when am I best? I know I do that. And then being reasonable and being kind to yourself. No guilt to yourself. All right, next one. Vidushi.
Yes, ma'am. My question is, what was your experience in giving scholarship tests, and what are some of the scholarships you will suggest to all the 10th graders out there?
Which scholarship are you talking about?
Scholarships for higher education.
Oh, yeah. Have you identified those places where there are options available for higher education scholarships?
No, no, ma'am, not yet, but I'm thinking to apply.
Why not? Challenge yourself. Why not? Prepare and challenge. You are challenging yourself. Why not? Oh, if you want to be a scholarship girl, you look for it. Be a scholarship girl. That's a great dream. That's a great vision. It's raising your bar. Why not? It's great to be. I'm a scholarship holder. I've studied on a scholarship. It's a great thing. It's a degree by itself. It's a medal by itself. Sit. That means you are challenging yourself, raising more, raising your productivity, and studying more. And that anyway help you in other subjects also because you're growing. It's good to do. My experience in giving
Yes,
scholarship
ma'am.
tests,
Thank you, ma'am.
my experience in I those days were not no more scholarships. I had to earn it myself. If I had the highest marks, I got the scholarship because you're first in such a subject, you get a scholarship. But those days we never had these scholarships. Now there's Beshamar scholarships. Overseas, here in India, take them. But prepare and budget, but don't get stressed out on that. Don't do it at the cost of your health and mental agony. No, it's an enjoyable process. It's like raising bar. If you got it, you got it. Otherwise, you have not lost anything. You studied for it. That knowledge is yours, isn't it, Nitushi? Okay,
Yes,
Batul.
ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, thanks,
Thank you.
Batul. Yours. Last question. Batul, have I asked you?
Yes. Matu, yes,
Done.
yes. Hold on. Yes.
Okay,
Already
beta.
done.
Great. Let's do a little roundup, Sana. Can you do a little help me round up?
Quickly, just a few thoughts. बच्चों, पहले तो सोचो, अब बड़े हो रहे हो कि हमारे लिए होलसम लाइफ का मतलब क्या है. होलसम लाइफ, भरपूर पूरी जिंदगी जीनी है हमको, सब शेड्स एंड कलर्स, सब कुछ. उसका मतलब
आज
क्या
होली है, होली
है?
का
तो पूछना अपने आप से, होलसम लाइफ हर एक के लिए पहले पूछो, होलसम लाइफ के कंटेंट्स क्या होंगे आपके लिए. अच्छा, यू कांट पॉर फ्रॉम एन एम्प्टी कप. तो अगर होलसम लाइफ जीनी है तो अपने आप को भरो. अपने आप को किन किन चीजों से भरना है वो भी सोचो. ये सब अब आपकी पर्सनल जर्नी है. अब इस इवेंट के बाद ये सब आपने सोचना है. जो लर्निंग है ना, और एजुकेशन, लर्निंग और एजुकेशन, मैं सुन रही हूँ आपको बेटा, लर्निंग और एजुकेशन एक बहुत बड़ी पर्सनल जर्नी है. ये हम किसी और के लिए नहीं करते. सीखना, जानना, पढ़ना, ये खुद के लिए, ये खुद के लिए करो. और सब्जेक्ट्स की बात करी, कुछ भी सीखा हुआ जिंदगी में जाया नहीं जाएगा. ये याद रखना, जिंदगी में सीखा हुआ कुछ भी जाया नहीं जाएगा. सीखो, अपने आप को हुनर ओरिएंटेड बनाओ. अपने आप को ना हुनर ओरिएंटेड बनाओ. मेरा हुनर क्या है, ये सब सोचना है आज. फिर अपने आप से पूछना, हाउ डू आई डिफाइन सक्सेस. बहुत प्रेशर भी डाल रहे हो अपने ऊपर. हाउ डू आई डिफाइन सक्सेस, ये भी पूछना अपने आप को.
Research a little the definition of success. Success is not always getting a medal, and failure is also not always not getting that medal. Success is in small steps also. Accomplishing a to-do list of the day, and you acquired the subject and passed your own, I think is a great success. So you can look at these small steps that will give you immediately the high.
and your passion towards life will matter. Get involved with life. ये थोड़ा एक बड़ी स्टेटमेंट है, but shake hands with life. Shake hands with life. मुझे सिखाओ.
Saina, do we have a summing up video, or are we done with the day today?
Now we are done. Our Vaishnavi has a 1-minute poem on Holi.
Okay.
So she'll say that, she'll narrate that, and then we conclude. So children just left a lot of thoughts for you today. आप सोचना.
Okay, Vaishnavi, your poem.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. My poem is on Holi. This festival of colors takes away everyone's trouble. It gives us new zeal and cheer up one's inner being. May this festival fills everyone's life with exuberance. May it overload one's life with may it overloads one's heart with jubilance. May each one of us drench ourselves in the spirit of holy. May someone feel beautiful from within who feels himself as ugly. I wish this festival heals all the inner turmoil. May it makes everyone's life free from upheavals. May the colors of life becomes more vivid and vibrant. May this festival brings infinite love and excitement. Thank you.
So till we meet again, go back to your morning nutritions, add to the nutrition every day, and remain healthy. Mentally, physically, spiritually. Okay? Thank you once again. Happy Holi.
खेलते रहो, खूब हंसो, खूब खेलो, and all is blessed.
Okay.
All is
Thank
blessed.
Thank you, Saina. Thank you, Demonstrative Learning Team.
जी.
Shivani, Shakira, Sujata, and the entire team. Thank you.
जी.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
बच्चों, हैप्पी होली. हमारी ऑडियंसेस का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जुड़ने के लिए and to give so much of love to our children. We see you next Friday.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
हंसते खेलते रहो, खुश रहो.